Question 27. A coin is thrown 50 times. It lands on heads 31 times. Write down the relative frequency it lands on heads. So the relative frequency is the experimental probability. So based on our data here, what's the probability of it landing on heads? Now remember, probabilities can be fractions, decimals or percentages. The easiest way to write this answer is going to be a fraction. Raj says the coin is biased towards heads. Use the data to give a reason why he might be correct. Well, he might be correct, he might not be. It's not a very big sample, but you can give a reason why he might be correct that the coin is biased, because if you flick a coin 50 times, then how many heads should you get? Saying he threw the coin 50 times and landed on heads 31 times won't get you the marks. You have to say what you would expect to find if you flick the coin 50 times, and that would be a reason why you could be wrong. Solving this equation, question 28. This is not equation, it's an inequality, because it's an inequality sign, not an equal sign. But it's treated in exactly the same way as an equation. So we can, I'm just going to write this down. There we go. And all we do, the difference with these compared to equations, is we just write this inequality sign instead of the equal sign. To solve this question, I would first of all expand the bracket. So we do it using grid method like this. So I want to do 5 multiplied by x plus 3. So that's 5x, and 5 times 3 is 15. So I've got 5x plus 15 is less than 60. And then we're just looking at using our balancing method. So I'm going to tell the examiner that I'm going to take 15 off this side of the equation, and if I do it there, I'm going to tell them that I've also got to do it here. So if I take 15 off this side of the equation, I'm left with the 5x, the 15 is now gone, and I've got 45 left over here. And you can think about the final step, and don't forget, you have to have that inequality sign in there, not the equal sign. Next question, the range of a set of numbers is 15 and 1/4. The smallest number is -2 7/8. Work out the largest number. Well, to work out the range, you do the largest take away the smallest, and that gives you the range. Now we've got to work out what the largest number is. We have the smallest number, that's -2 7/8, and it equals 15 and 1/4. So 2 negatives right next to each other make a positive. So the largest plus 2 7/8 is 15 and 1/4. We want to have this equation, we want to rearrange everything so as L is on its own. So I'm going to remove positive 2 7/8 by taking away 2 7/8. So we get 15 and 1/4, take away 2 7/8. And then you've got to work out that fraction. That's a little bit tricky, but we are getting towards the end of the paper. That doesn't mean there's nothing left that we can't, that we're able to answer. Next one, y is inversely proportional to x. That means that as one number gets bigger, the other one gets smaller. So we started with this here. If x is 6, y is 4. Now, if we double 6, we get 12. So if we double this, times that by 2, it's inversely proportional, meaning we will have to half this one. Have to divide that by 2, and that will give us our number to go there. We have doubled 4 to get 8. So you can now figure out what we have to do to 6 to get this number.